Well, good morning and happy Christmas. No, not really, not quite yet, but feels a little bit more Christmassy like weather just at the moment, although I don't know if it's like it with you, but still quite warm, so that's okay. So, good morning to you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I've been sitting here reading the messages, which will almost definitely mean that I'm panicking looking for something in a minute because I thought I was all organised, but we'll see about that in the future. Um, Hi to Shirley Green, who is on her way motoring. I'm impressed with that. I'm also impressed that you're not actually driving and doing it, so that's okay. So welcome to you. Jill, as we said, Jill Love may well not be here, but happy birthday, Jill, and happy birthday, Di, as well, because I know it's your birthday too. And Tessa's birthday in a few days' time. So hello to you. Um, Lovely to see you all here. And my friend Anita reminded me yesterday that I need to be liked. And so, what I would say is, whilst you're watching this, at the bottom of your screen, I'm told, because I see a completely different screen than you, I'm afraid. So, at the bottom of your screen, there's a little thumbs up. Please tick it. Now, I need a thumbs up. If you think that it's a thumbs down, then don't bother. Okay? That's all I would say. Just don't bother if you think it's a thumbs down. But if you think it's a thumbs up worth, then please thumbs up at the bottom of your screen, down there somewhere, maybe. Who knows? Oh, Samantha's already done it. What? If the rest of you could, it would be wonderful. And I believe that you don't even have to be watching live and certainly not having to comment. Well, that's lovely for those of you that do. Then that would be great. Excellent. We'll have to get you trained in that. Yeah, well done. Right, okay, so now we are on to Christmas, as you can see. Whoops, a daisy, sorry, camera's going a bit wobbly. Hold on, I'll put it back in a minute. There we are. I've got a Christmas card kit. Now, last week we launched the July card kit, and I did say that it was limited, but I didn't think it was as limited as that it would be gone within a few hours, I have to say. So subsequently, I've brought the Christmas card kit forward, and what I'm going to be doing from now until November inclusive, I'll be doing 2 cards a month, and there will be one ordinary, which will be the first week in the month, and then probably the 3rd week in the month, whilst I know it's not that now, I will do the Christmas card kit, because obviously not everybody's into Christmas right now and not everybody is into birthdays, so we're trying to fit in with everybody. So we've got another twofer, and it's a little bit different because I've done most of the cutting for you. You really have only got to cut out the dies. These are the 2 cards that we're going to be making. They are with silver, white and ice blue. This beautiful blue is called ice blue. I will show you what you will get. Here we go. So what you will get is this gorgeous die from Creative Expressions and Sue Wilson, which is called Snowflake Gemini. It is an edge die, and there are 3 dies in the set. Really simple to use, but I have to say it's one that I have overlooked in the past. But I think it makes some beautiful designs, and the cards that I'm showing you today are just 2 of them. So this is the die set that you will get. As I said, there are 3 dies. You've got a bigger one, a very thin edge, and the smaller edge. All will become clear. You also will get, not this bit of yellow card, that was just to hold it all in place. Those are all your embellishments that you will get in the pack. They will be in an envelope, all ready for you, all cut out. All you have to do is to assemble them. I have pre-assembled these so that they are ready to go. So I'm going to put them up there for now. And you will get 2 7x7 card blanks. That's those. 2 7x7 card blanks. You will get 2 pieces of the silver mirror card, which has already been cut out to the right size, because I know some struggle and we want to get these cards done quickly, yeah? You will have 2 pieces of pre-embossed and pre-cut ice blue card with a lovely snowflake design there. So 2 pieces of that, because we're making 2 cards, don't forget. And the important pieces that will be cut, but that you will need, are these pieces, which are 2 pieces which are of white card, which are both 13.5 centimetres square, and 2 pieces of ice blue card without any embossing whatsoever, which are 12.5 by 10.5. Now, do remember, you do not need to remember those measurements. However, they will be written in the written and illustrated instructions by our lovely June Smith, so that you can copy them for another time, and maybe in another colour, or maybe more of them. But for now, all of these will be pre-cut, ready for you to go. So we couldn't really make it much easier, could we? It's because I liked you. So don't forget that like button down here. You got to do it, all right? So let's start to assemble them. And I'm going to just take both of the cards at the same time, just to get the first bit done, so that we can kind of forget about that then. So both of them are done in the same way, in as much as we have our embossed pieces, which are going to go straight on to our card front. So I'm going to put those on there. So that is our embossed piece in ice blue onto the mirror card. And again, 2 cards. How about this? Talk about multitasking. But for you as well, you really, oh, sorry, it's very shiny. Right, let's stop it from being shiny. Oh, hold on, can't see what I'm doing with 2 of them there. So I'm just going to make up the card bases so that you have got that all done for you. Okay, so I'm going to put those straight onto our card fronts. Now, don't forget, you can do side folding or top folding, whichever you want. I'm going to do top folding, as I usually do. No foam at this stage, but I will, of course, use foam, as I always do. And from your point of view, with the card kit with us, all you need to do is add your own glue, whether it be wet glue or tape, whichever is your preference. Sometimes it has to be wet glue, but yeah, your preference of how you use it. Just check. Top fold is up there. And you need to be having a bit of foam, and in this case, possibly some glitter. Now, you don't have to have glitter, but I prefer to add glitter to the snowflakes. So that's the only optional extra, but most of us have some sort of glitter at home. Okay, so that's my 2 card bases already done, already, that I'm just going to sit to one side and pop all these bits and pieces together as well. So let's pop them to one side, and we're going to take our die set, and we're going to take 1 piece of the white card and 1 piece of the blue card. So we need to do the blue card, the white card straight away. So that's our first piece. Now with these dies, they are, as I said, no cutting edge here. So this bit will cut straight into your card. So if I put that on there, I will get a fancy edge down here, but this bit will still be joined to the card. And likewise, the same with this, okay? If I wanted to make it into an edge and like a die on its own, I could do that. I could if I could grab hold of the die anyway. And I would simply put those 2 together and cut it out like that. And I would end up with a lacy piece of card. Okay, so, you know, there's lots of different ways that you can do this card. But to start off with, I'm going to use this small die and not this thin edge in this case, because I just want to make it into an edger. If you can see what I mean by that. So this piece of card is 13.5 by 13.5, so it's a square. So we can quite happily then put these on and know that they are an even area. The reason why I've gone for that size is because 13.5 by 13.5 just about takes us from edge to edge for this piece of card. You could extend it so that you could put one on top of the other, but I feel that's a little bit difficult, and it is Sunday, so after all. So all we need to do is, the longest point is this little bit here, and I'm just going to move it over so that that piece is just onto that edge. I've got a tiny little bit, I think you can see, that of white showing, and the rest of it is not. And then I will just make sure that both of my points to the edge are literally on the edge, and I'm just going to tape that into position. I'm right through my machine, and I'm running it through in such a way that it's going through my machine this way, so that it's got lots of time to cut all of those pieces. Because as you can see, it's quite an intricate piece. So just run that through. Bring that back to see what it's done. And I turn over, you can see it's cut out beautifully. So you've got no worries that way. Just grab my brush to just push out as many pieces as I can. And then just undo that tape a little bit. Okay. Now, you may need to snip it, but just about, whoops, cut off. So you can see, I think, it's a beautiful edge that is. Okay. So then we're going to turn it like that, and just make sure I take all the other bits out. And turn it so that we're doing exactly the same on the opposite side. So I'm measuring that little centerpiece so that it is just away from the edge, just a little bit, and making sure that these two edges, if you can see, I'm not sure if you can see at the moment, hopefully you can, that this one is just slightly higher and that one's hanging over the edge. So I just need to bring it down so that it's equal. If it was hanging over the edge, it just needs to be equally hanging over the edge. So pop those two bits in. Hopefully that will stay stuck, and run that one through. Oh, sorry, I'm reading the comments, and I forgot to say, I think I saw that Eunice was watching. Eunice, I'm on the case. I've no idea how that got sent like it should have done, but there you go. So I don't know if I did reply otherwise. So I'm replying now. So just need to just snip that a little bit. I don't want to tear it because it would look tatty if I tore it. So there you go. There's our beautiful panel there. Let's scoop those bits in. So I'm going to pop that to one side and take now one of my pieces of my blue card. Now, hopefully you'll be able to see that this piece of blue card, measurement wise, is 12.5 by 10.5, but more importantly, it's actually the long edge that we want to put our dies on. Okay, so I'm going to turn it around that way, and I'm going to make sure that I've got it round the right way, because there are kind of like two ways. All right, and I want it to go like that. So the two bumps, a bit like a not bacterian. Is it a bacterian camel? Back something, but it's got two humps, like the letter B. That's how I remember it. So like that. Now, this obviously, as you can see, will hang over the edge. And in order to just make sure that it's what I want, I just want to make sure that it's hanging over the edge equally. So I've got the equal, roughly, little piece hanging over. And then my two bits, my two humps, I just want them to be as close to the edge as I possibly can. So just a little bit off. Pop that down. And then pop that through. And don't forget, all of your pieces will be cut out for you. So this, what I'm doing today, is all you've got to do. You will have two cards and they will be done. So that piece comes off. And then just to make sure that we've got the right side, sorry, not the right side, the right size for our piece. Carefully take those off. Oh, stuck to me. I'm going to bring in my piece here. You can see then that that is going to go into the middle panel. And all I want to do is just to make sure that I've got the right size going into that inner panel. You can see that point there is here, that one. And I just want to bring that in. So I'm just making a point here and another one here to roughly know. But if you wanted to know what the measurement is there, I mean, everybody should be exactly the same. But once I've cut it, the measurement from that corner point to there is about 6.8 centimetres. So that bit to that bit, okay? Got a mucky ruler. Can't be doing with that, can we? Thank you very much. Right, so I'm now going to take my other piece. I want my 2 bumps facing that way. And I'm just going to now pop my end points onto those 2 pieces. Okay, so I'm just evening that up and popping the end 2 points there. So I've just got the same amount hanging over the edge. Tape that down and pop this in. So this is now going to be the panel for my centerpiece. I'm going to stick that straight down onto my panel. I can pick it up, I will anyway. Carefully take those bits off and pop that to one side because we'll need that in a minute. And then my piece here fits nicely into the center like that. So I'm just going to pop some glue onto the back of here. Like that. Turn it over. Pop a bit of foam onto the back. Again, as always, you don't need to put foam. If you want to make this into sort of a card suitable for posting, maybe not foam, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm okay with that, but you may want to just miss out this foam section. Bring in one of the finished cards, make sure I got it round the right way. Top folding card, so fold at the top, pop that into the center, like so. Bring in my sentiment. Now I'm going to put some foam onto there, but as it's a little bit thinner than my actual foam tape. So I've got some sheets of foam and I think that I'm going to use that. So I'm going to cut it up rather than anything else. So just going to pop that onto there. Oops. A little bit of extra glue. So this is going to go down there. A little bit of happy with a little bit of foam. And is that going to be too long? No, we're okay. Whoops. Oh, goodness. Pop that into there. And you can place the happy wherever you want to. I'm going to place it into the center, but you could place it to one side or whatever. I'm then going to come up with my snowflakes. Now I'm going to do the snowflakes for both of the cards at the same time, I think. So I'm going to take the largest snowflake. These are from charmed snowflakes from Sentimentally Yours and Phil Martin, which we had some of the beautiful snowflake edger dies in recently. So these are the set from there, which I just think are beautiful, cut out so beautifully. And they're on their little bit of magnetic sheet, which I like. So I'm going to pop a little bit of glue into the centre of the big ones. As I said, batch making, so I'm going to do this both at the same time. I'm going to pop the other one in at some sort of an angle, but just hold that in there like that. All of these will be cut out ready for you. So the dies, of course, aren't included of the snowflakes. You do have the edger dies that we've been using, but not these pieces. I'm just going to hold that on there. Then for quickness, I'm going to pop them into my spray box and just put some spray glue on them. This is the one that I use. Others are available. This one is expensive, but it works. So just pop that. Whoops, now they're all very, very gluey, because I want to put some glitter on them. So that's the only thing that you haven't got included. But as I said, I think most people have got glitter. Obviously, we've got it as well if you haven't. So having put the spray glue on, I'm just going to sprinkle that over the top and then knock that off. And you can see then, hopefully, not particularly very well, but believe me, we've got a sparkly thing there now. So, but you don't have to do that. It's just, I just think that kind of finishes it off really. Not everyone's into glitter, but if you can't use glitter at Christmas, when can you, eh? Well, we can, can't we? We don't wait just for Christmas. So let's bring in our card again, bring in a snowflake, which is still a bit sticky. And let's pop that over there. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue onto the back. Hopefully that'll stay stuck there. And there is card number 1 done for you. And as I said, everything is going to be cut out. All you need to do is a little bit of die cutting and sticking. So that's one. Then we've got our card base, as you recall. So we've got our card base done for the second one. So I'm going to bring in our other 2 pieces of white card, which is already cut, and blue card. So with our white card, let's do this on the base. It's 13.5 by 13.5. That will fit our big die just about. So in order to line this one up, again, obviously this is the largest part, so I want to have an equal space either side here if I can. It's almost edge to edge, so there's not much in it. That part won't cut at all, okay? You won't get a cut along that line, but you will all along this fancy bit here. So I'm just putting it so that those longest bits are just so that I've got a bit of an edge of white card showing beneath. I'm going to turn that round so that it's going through my plates that way, and just run that through. There we go. Let's just, now be careful when you take that off, because this one will still be cut into it, because you've just got tiny little bits that you need to just snip. So if you can see where I mean, down here, you've just got to follow the line or go straight, whichever you prefer. Just snip. So I'm just using the very edge of my scissors and just snipping that part away so that that is what you're left with. So this is a deeper one than the other. Similar design, obviously. Let's bring in that other one so you can see, but it's a much deeper design. So again, really beautiful. And then that's all that I need to do with that piece. So I'm going to pop that to one side. I'm then going to bring in my blue piece. And this time, I'm going to grab my die. And this time, I'm going to put it so that the one bump is that way around. Because if you look, we need it to go like that in order to fit in. So just the one bump. The other one was 2 because we did 2 either side. This one is 1 because we only need 1. So again, it will hang over the edge very slightly. The only thing to do is to try and get as far as even the edges as you can. And then this one point just a little bit off of the edge so that you can see the blue card by the side. Pop that in, make sure it's going through your machine that way so that you can actually get as much cutting area. If you don't do that, you also tend to risk bending your dies. Obviously, if they're a good quality die, you've got less chance of doing that, but some of the very, very thin ones that are around can be a bit of a nightmare. You can just mess up the whole thing before you've even started. That's completely cut because obviously the edges went over the edge there. Just take that in. And you've got that lovely edge. And then you just need to trim that. So if you see, when I pop that to there, you can see that that is a nice even edge all the way round, but clearly we've got too much space here. Okay, so up here, we've got this bit hanging over. So if I put that down and just about measure it, I would suggest that I'm measuring it about there. Let's just get it straight. There. And if I measure that across for you, let's try to get a clean ruler this time, shall we? From that corner is 8 centimetres. So from that corner to that piece is 8 centimetres on mine. Now, it might not be the same if you have placed your piece of your die rather to cut out that wavy border in a slightly different place. So that's why I haven't cut those blue pieces completely to size, just a little bit of trimming. So I'm going to pop that in, just cut that off and get that out of the way. And then that piece fits onto there. Oh, get off, like that. Okay, so we go grab a bit of glue and then just put that there. Again, I'm using wet glue, but you could in this case use some dry tape if that's your preference. Just putting it there so it's a fairly even border all the way around. These would look lovely in Christmassy colours. Now I know this is Christmas card, but if you did it in sort of reds and greens, oh, really versatile. When I picked this up and started playing with it, I'd forgotten how versatile this type of design really could be. So I hope that you find it so. Some of the obviously Christmas colours that are around, but also some of the lilac mirror boards and things like that, really lovely. But I do think that this part here has to be white because it's snowflakes, isn't it? But it could be glitter or it could be silver, I suppose. So I'm just going to position this so that it's sort of in the middle-ish, which gives it a bit of a border all the way around. I'm just popping it onto there like that. Then I'm going to take my other 2 sentiments. And I think this time I'm going to put them so that they're over there, so that snowflake goes in there. Okay, so let's just put them together. So within half an hour, I've made 2 cards, as I'm sure you will be able to as well, because they really are quite simple to do. Let's cut off a couple of bits of foam there. And at least it would get your cards started, wouldn't it, for Christmas? So talking of which, as I think I said before, I do try to at this time of the year, do a selection of Christmas cards, because Christmas is all over the place now in terms of the craft industry. I think we said before, it's a case of they do them at this time of the year, so people that might be doing craft fairs and things get chance to actually get there and make some. Let's pop that there. But I do realise that not everybody either celebrates Christmas or at least might not want to make Christmas cards. Can't understand that concept. If not wanted to make Christmas cards, they're my favourite. They're always so lovely. Anyway, so we will be doing a splattering of Christmas and a splattering of not in the next few weeks. And you may have seen that I've had some workshops, a new date for workshops. I thought that I would do the online workshops of an evening, which I thought, I'm sure not very many people would want to do that. So I checked how many die sets were available of the die that I wanted to use, and there were quite a few. So I thought, that's lovely. Popped it online, and within a couple of hours, all of that lot had sold out. And when I went to see if there was any more, I was told, oh, actually, no, there isn't. They are having a look, I'm told. So I'm hoping that I might get a few more, but way to go is I'm going to be doing a few more online workshops over the next few weeks, sort of coming into the autumn period and things, if they are something that you would like to do. So here we are, card 2 already done. I don't know which one I like best. Which one do you like best? I think they're both lovely. I genuinely don't know which ones I like best, but I hope that you like them, and I hope that you would like the kit. So as I said, in the kit you will get everything that you've seen me use today, all the things that needed to be die cut. So the sentiments and the snowflakes are all ready to go for you. Thank you, Jane. You've got embossed card and mirror card, white and ice blue card, all cut out to the sizes that you need, more or less, apart from the ones that you're then going to be cutting into your beautiful die shapes. And of course, you will get this die set, which is going to fall to pieces. So I'll put that, it's going to fall off, I should say, not fall to pieces. Your Snowflake Gemini. Okay, so that is the die set that you will be getting. And when you get home, you will get your instructions through written. So you will get all those measurements that I've said about, so that you could easily do it with a different colour. Dark blue would look lovely as well. The midnight blue, that would be really lovely. And the gold and the silver. Oh, and gold. Yeah, that would look nice. Getting carried away now, aren't I? Okay, so thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of the weekend. I will be back with you on Wednesday at 6 o'clock with another little offering for you. So I do hope that you can join me then. If you can't join me live, it's always lovely to know that I'm not talking to myself. But if you can't join me live, then do catch up at any time. I do have, you'll be pleased to hear, plenty of this. So unlike the last couple of things where they've been limited, this one, as I think I said, unless I got about 1,000 people, you're all right for this one. All right. So thank you so much again. See you on Wednesday. That's the 12th, I think. Random fact, Battle of the Boyne Day. But there you go. That's what it says in my diary. See you then. Take care. Don't forget, thumbs up down there somewhere. Take care. Bye.